Ready, Champy? You ready for singing? You ready for singing, baby? Baby, baby. Oh, baby, baby. Baby, baby. Emilio's wife, number one. Number one! Sitting in this lonely town, yeah. Wonder when things are gonna change. Dream my life away. Seems these dreams have turned to a bunch of dust clouds. Get my nerve up, but my past is pulling me down. Wondering how long black sheep gonna stick around. Somebody told me once before, you can never go home again. Won't you leave? Tell the things to steal me away, yeah, from the truth of who I am and what I believe. So I thanked him for his 2 cents with a handshake and some sympathy, yeah. I packed up my blue jeans and headed for this big prize of my freedom. Bye-bye, black sheep, to the black sheep of the family. Bye-bye, thought it means so very much to me, yeah. Bye-bye, black sheep, to my friends and my family. Bye-bye, I go off and set my soul, set it free. You'll go at it? I'll go at it. I'll take you out. I'll take you out like the trash. No. Hey, no rapping. No rapping. What are we, Eminem now all of a sudden? I don't have a more contemporary rap reference than Eminem. Drake. What are we, Drake now? Dee 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 dee. Good evening, good people. Cedar Hill is a quiet town where the oak trees sway. Whistle of the train echoes through the day. Nothing ever seems to change. The stories still unfold, each unique and strange. She grew up tough in the town we call home. Folks never took to her, no matter her tone. Longing to be on the inside. Longing to be on the inside. Forget the chords. Forget the chords of Weird Mary. I could pull them up, but you know, I thought I knew them. You know, one thing I learned, I just normally play guitar inside, you know, like, for me, and, you know, by extension for you. Tap, 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 thank you very much. And, I started playing some open mic nights, and what I learned was, there are songs that you think you know, that you really don't know. And they are exposed when you go to perform. In a westerly direction, this car is my train. I've been driving, I've been wondering what it is I'm running from again. Feel like an 80-year-old man holding on to 29. And up ahead on that horizon is a California line. Up ahead of trucks carrying a wide load, prefab house cut in half, cute little front door and 2 windows, my lord. Broody Hen Got Banned. All right, Julie. Wait. Oh, Jew Live Laugh Love. Awesome, Jew Live Laugh Love. Welcome back. Sorry, Broody Hen got booted. What did you do? Say booby? You got permabanned? It's like I don't know what the hell is the rules with TikTok are so strange. I would never go back to being 29. I finally had a viral video, and then blam, they booted your account. That fucking sucks. I haven't had a real viral video. I had a video. maybe my third week on TikTok that got 100,000 views. And I was like, oh, I'm just an influencer. Look at me go. Well, 100,000 views, whatever. It's just the beginning. Yeah, that was the last. That was the last time I got that kind of coverage. How many people we got in here? 49! Thank you for the loving. Have the walk and talk stopped? I haven't done any in about 4 days. So yes. Are they coming back? Yes. We're in a heat wave here in Denver. It's like 97 out, so even in the morning it's kind of gross. And I've just been lazy, so I'll get back to it. We're going to have a fun thing. I got invited to speak. Remember when I did all that Colorado legislative shit? Where I testified on Capitol Hill against the Colorado legislation, which they fucking passed. I got invited by that same team to Washington, D.C. on July 23rd and 24th. There's like 12 AI founders. And we're going to go do like a little AI education tour. And I think the AI salon's going to get a little visibility, which is kind of fun. Nice. Ooh, it's fancy. I know, isn't it? I mean, it was pretty cool sitting in the grand, I think it was the grand jury room where the Senate hearings were. And that was just a state house, so it'll be pretty cool to sit in the real Capitol. If you're wondering, but Kyle, have you heard about real-time voice? Yes! Yes, I've heard about it. If you haven't heard about it, real-time voice was supposed to be launched by now. They just pushed any rollout back until end of July, and the full rollout to fall. Fall can go many months. And they're basically saying, like, they're trying to get it to not do undesired behavior. And I'm like, so people won't be able to do talkie porn on their Chat GPT? They got to get that dialed out, apparently. It's weird. I mean, there's a part of me that's like, okay, you gotta do the safety stuff. It's their brand, all that sort of stuff. And there's a part of me that's like, well, Microsoft Word doesn't track what you're writing. It doesn't prevent you from writing smut or whatever, propaganda. Freedom came my way that night. Just like a jet plane, in and out of sight. Kyle, Sunno, please. Oh, Mr. IT's all into Sunno now, and he wants me to use it because it's about to get destroyed. Because all the music labels are suing him. They put out their statement today, which was basically like, we want to do cool shit. I thought you were going to say the Grand Ole Opry. All right. I'm attending and filming an AI thing at the Utah State Capitol in August. I'll get more info. Yeah, please do. Jim, please do, because depending on what it is, I might be able to connect you with these folks. You might be able to support whatever you're up to. I don't know how all that shit works, but whatever. It's a whole different world, that politics world, man. It's fucking surreal. I know nothing about it. So I'm just gonna go be a sock puppet. But, you know, I do have opinions that we shouldn't be legislating AI out of existence. We should be legislating AI, you know, into abundance, because you think China's fucking stopping? ChatGPT has memory now. Yeah, they've had it for about 6 weeks. Memory. Memory's really cool. There's a couple of things about it. It will just organically save shit to your memory. You can also say, save this to my memory. Anything where you said, save this to my memory, it won't purge it. But it's only got 2,000 tokens. So about 1,500 words is the total amount you can have in your memory, which feels ridiculously small to me. So if you want stuff kind of permanently in there, tell it, save this to my memory. And then at some point it'll just say, sorry, your memory's full. Who would ever need more than 32K? Wasn't that Bill Gates that said that? Alright, let's get started. Take to the highway, won't you lend me your name? Your and my way seem to be one and the same. Mama don't understand it. She wants to know where I've been. I'd have to be some kind of natural born fool to want to pass that way again. You know that I feel it. Country road. Oh yeah, we got him. We got one more woof out of the dog. All right, there you go, people. Champy has sung. Pixel 9 coming out in August. Yep. Native Gemini, interesting. I know this shirt's a bit of a pain in the ass with the letters. I'll try to keep it a little low. The Kyle and Champy show. It is indeed. It is the Champy and Kyle show, by the way. I am the backup singer and accompanying guitarist. Yeah, who would ever need more than 640K? Exactly. Yeah. Boy, there. Did you see? Holy crap! This thing. Meet Sohu. I don't know why it's called Sohu. It's this chip. You know what's funny is they call these things chip. There's a lot more than one chip on there. There are many chips. Why do they call it a chip if there are many chips? Pate, save me. Have you tested LLM Studio? Have you trusted or tested? I assume tested. LLM Studio. I think I played with it like once, months ago, so not that much. So this is a chip that's specialized in large language model inference. So it probably means this can't do multimodal inference. It's probably just text. But it does 500,000 tokens per second. So the Grok, G-R-O-Q, if you go to grok.com and play with that, it's super fast. That's 500 tokens per second. This is 500,000. 8 of these things will replace 160 H100s. So it is some crazy ass. Meet Sohu, the fastest AI chip of all time, with over 500,000 tokens per second. So that basically means it would generate 350,000 words in a second. To put that in perspective, what was it? The Great Gatsby is about 50,000 word novel. So 7 Great Gatsbys in a second. Squat. So crazy. That's nuts. The other thing. All right. So we're gonna get into it here. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. If you want to connect to a really cool community, it's usually just referred to as a single chip for simplicity. See, Pate coming in with the logic. See, that's normally the explanation I would make, Pate. You'd go, well, it's a series of chips, some in parallel, some in serial. I'd be like, Pate, just call it a chip. Now the tables have turned. Go check that out. The Salon.ai. Click on the first link that says AI Salon Community. And that's where a lot of the people that hang out here also hang out there. It's a cool community. I just wanted to get that in early because we got some new people here. So, to say that I know nothing about life sciences is a dramatic understatement. I'm clueless, but this thing launched today. Kyle, Superpower Chat Gpt plugin for Chrome. I generally avoid Chrome plugins just because I have ADD, and when I install a plugin, I never uninstall it, and then I end up with like 42 plugins, most of which I don't know what they do, and most of which cause system crashes and make my life not happy, so I've stopped them. Do we call it a bag of chips from now on? That's pretty good. Okay. So there's a company I've never heard of called Evolutionary Scale. And they released ESM3, Evolutionary Scale Model 3. And it's a life sciences model. And what it does is fucking bonkers. So let's watch the little promo video. And I know Pate's a fan of promo videos. A tool, hang on. A tool to prototype and create proteins. Now, if you don't know, if you haven't heard, and again, I know nothing about life sciences, so this is something that I heard from someone on a YouTube video. So take this with that level of gravity. To predict the folding of a protein historically would take one PhD student their entire tenure. So what is that, 2 years, 3 years? To predict one protein. And AlphaFold DeepMind just released, what was it? 380,000? No, it was more than. Oh no, they just released AlphaFold 3, which is basically like all the proteins and then all the molecules of life. This is a similar sort of thing, but it looks like this goes a step further. Okay, that's like DNA or RNA, some sort of sequence. There's the 3D structure of it. And there's the function, what it does. Prompt. There's a structure. Figure out the folding, figure out the sequence, figure out the function. Carbonic, basically carbon sequestering protein. Prototype, carbonic anhydrase, a tool, enzymes that break down plastic. Prompt. There's a little piece of the puzzle. Predict the folding. There's the sequence. New medicines. Prototype antibody. The company's called Evolutionary Scale. If you go to evolutionaryscale.ai, you can see this. For the next scientific frontier. Now, first of all, this video is beautiful, but you tell me this doesn't. Okay. I want you to all close your eyes. We're gonna have a little moment. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine you're watching the beginning of a really cool science fiction movie. And it starts out with the main character walking into his place of employment, which is a really impressive lobby. And on the screens in the lobby in the science fiction movie, tell me this isn't the video that wouldn't be playing. Little dialogue in front of it. This is playing in the background. You hear this music lightly in the background. You see protein folding. Makes biology programmable. They could have used some better music. I think this is beautiful music, but it just feels very much like like the beginning of a sci-fi movie. Anyway, their website here is really cool. So there's acids. Okay, creating proteins beyond nature. So see how that thing's kind of glowing in the middle? Fluorescent proteins are beautiful in their complexity. They are responsible for the vibrant colors in jellyfish and corals. They have become a powerful tool in biology. With ESM3, we were able to design an ESM GFP, a novel version of the green fluorescent protein. Generated by ESM3 with chain of thought prompting, so the same shit we do with ChatGPT, ESM GFP is a vast evolutionary departure from natural fluorescent proteins. It would have taken nature 500 million years to evolve this protein. What? Simultaneously reasons over the fundamental properties of a protein: sequence, structure, and function. They can create a protein that eats carbon, right? For climate change. A model trained across all of evolution. 2.78 billion natural proteins sampled from various organisms and biomes. Oops. 771 billion unique tokens. 98 billion parameters in the evolutionary scale model. They have an API. They have an open model. And if you're a scientist, you gotta be just going fucking bonkers. So, again, I don't know shit about this stuff, but evolving a novel protein that would have taken nature 500 million years to evolve, shit's getting weird, man. You tell me that's not the beginning of a sci-fi movie. It's crazy, isn't it? There's so much research I want to do with this. Wow, I know. I'm an artist and also a scientist. If I'm an artist, I'm also a scientist. That's exactly right. I love this stuff. What's this website? Evolutionaryscale.ai. Did Microsoft have something like this? Google did. Google had has DeepMind, and DeepMind AlphaFold 3 just came out, which is similarly impressive, but what this is doing is it's doing not only the folding structure, but the sequence and the function. So you can basically give it a chunk of a protein or a model, and it'll figure out what that protein is, and then it'll give you the sequence of that protein, and then it'll give you what it does. And if you don't know, like proteins, this is how we exist, is proteins. It's in closed beta. Yeah, well, apply. If you got some background and like, I don't know enough, like I would apply, but all I would do is look at the pretty pictures and go, oh, look, it's a pretty picture, twirling it about. Oh, look, it glows. Meanwhile, I might have, cured something and not known it. But honest to God, I mean, when all of these models start to get connected to one another, everyday people are going to make remarkable breakthroughs in all sorts of things. This is about life sciences, but there's going to be breakthroughs in material sciences and all sorts of shit. This is too advanced. Oh, I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know shit about it. All right. What else did I want to look at? I wanted to look at 11 Labs came out with an app. So if you don't know, 11labs.ai, they're the voice synthesis company. You can make a model of your own voice. They have hundreds of things. I think HeyGen uses 11 Labs technology for their voice synthesis stuff. I think a lot of people do. They came out with an app today. And it's called Reader. 11 Labs Reader. So here,
start, and we will see more experts in academia.
Okay, so like most 11 Labs stuff, it's a very minimal interface. There's not a lot going on, but right up here is the word links, so you can go grab a hyperlink off the internet. And so one of my favorite dudes to follow is this guy named Ethan Mollick. If you don't follow Ethan Mollick, you should. He's a Wharton Business School professor, and he's got a blog called oneusefulthing.org, and he's just fucking stupid smart. Is that even a thing? And so I popped in his URL of one of his articles, and so here's his article, and his articles tend to be long. Come on.
AI discussions often fall into a weird dichotomy. It is either all hype, or else the age of the superhuman machines is imminent. at least for now.
So it just basically turns any article into like a blog, a podcast. And then you can change the voices. You can do all different voices. And so like one of the ones in here is me. So now I'm going to read this. Now, that is a false dichotomy. There are areas where AI is better than an expert human at particular tasks, and areas where it is completely useless. Instead of blanket statements, we should focus on specifics. Here's Matilda. I liked her. I found Matilda I liked.
We know that LLMs, without further development, are already useful as a co-intelligence that greatly improves human performance.
Yes, this tool is free. If you've got an 11 Labs account, I think you have to pay for it to make your own model, if you want to make a model of your own voice. But if you really like hearing yourself talk, make a model of your voice and then just listen to yourself on a podcast every day. On your drive to work, you can talk, you can read to you. Fucking narcissist.
But we also have yet to figure out every strength and weakness. The first wave of AI adoption was about individual use.
So that's new. 11 Labs Reader. Reader is the app. I don't know if there's one for Android because I'm an Apple fanboy, so screw y'all. I like my Apple, even though they suck now. Kyle is much more animated. Yeah, exactly. So here's one of the things that I've learned about synthesized voices. And maybe the OpenAI real-time stuff will fix this. But the more dynamic range you have as a human, so like with me, I'm like, I talk like this, and then I talk like this, and then I talk loud, and then I talk fast, and I talk slow. These things don't do good with you. Like, because what they do is they kind of normalize it. They sort of average your voice down to whatever their model is. And so all that dynamic range is lost. So it doesn't sound like you. But if you're a person that always talks like this and you never talk any different than this, and this is how you talk, and people have come to accept that this is how you talk, and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm really excited. That's very upsetting. Right? If your dynamic range is within a very narrow band, these synthesized voices they're going to sound exactly like you. but if you have, big personality, hi, I'm Kyle. Does anybody like me? If you're one of those, they're not going to do good. Stepford Kyle. I see you've listened to my boring podcast. Exactly. Jim Ross. I'd like to talk to you today about self-storage management. Self-storage management is the process of managing your self-storage properties, which you may own or lease or rent from some two-bit thief. My name is Jim Ross. Welcome to the exciting world of storage management. Yeah, exactly. Jim, it's going to be perfect. It's going to sound just like you. Jim actually does have a personality. So. Android is waitlisted. Okay. I'm scared. Well, this isn't even the good shit. This voice is just the 11 Labs stuff, which is basically like what you have with Chat GPT right now. Or Pi. But the good stuff that we were supposed to get this month, that we're not going to get now until fall, sons of bitches. Have we talked about Claude projects yet? Not yet. That was Brandon. Oh, wait. TK. The beginning of your names are similar, and I always confuse you. TK. I was just about to get to that. You're stealing my thunder. Which is cool. I like that you're paying attention. Keep me honest. Because if I miss shit, I should know that I missed it. All right, so the next thing on my list, evolutionary scale, is Claude projects. Well, look at that. You think I'm lying? See? Wait. Stand still. Stay still. 11 Labs app, evolutionary scale, Sunno chip, Claude projects. Your timing's good, TK. Kyle, I don't think GPT-5 is coming out by July 15th. No, I don't either. I do not either. I think OpenAI... Well, OpenAI spread themselves really thin. And they just cut a deal with the government, the U.S. government. I have a feeling it's chaos in there right now. Sons of bitches. Frank, is that you? Listen, you sons of bitches. All right, let's go play with Claude. Okay, so if you haven't seen Claude yet, there's a couple of things that you want to know. One is that it's now got this thing called artifacts. And artifacts is a feature that's in testing, and so you want to turn it on. So if you go to your account, underneath settings is this thing called feature preview. Click on that. And that's going to bring up this thing for artifacts. And then you're going to want to turn that on. Turn that on. Yeah, I'm playing with Claude.ai right now. So, couple of things. Sometimes in here, I will show shit that looks really cool that I have a subscription to. And then you're like, was it free? And I'm like, no, you jerkwad. It's not free. It costs money. This is free. You don't get to do it very much, but it's free. This is Claude 3.5 Sonnet. Okay, so when you have artifacts turned on, Claude, you use Claude just like you use ChatGPT. So you can say, let's see. Write me a poem about quantum mechanics in the style of an Eminem rap. And, I don't want to infringe on, Write me a rap cipher about quantum mechanics. All right. So, just like ChatGPT, it does its thing. But, actually, let's go read it and see if it's any good. Quantum realm where particles play, wave-particle duality in full display, superposition, states undefined, until observed, all outcomes combined, entanglement spooky, action at a distance, particles linked despite spatial resistance. Pretty good. Schrodinger's cat, alive and dead, quantum states mess with your head. All right, it's not bad. Okay, so that's that. But now, watch what happens if I say, write me a clone of the arcade game Centipede. I'll just do that. Did it? Okay. So now look over here on the right. It spins up this new window where it's writing the code for a Centipede clone. And then it should run it. Claude does not have the ability to run the code. Write it using code that you can run, please. So now it's doing it in JavaScript so it can run it in this window. So it's writing the code. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen one of these things write code, it's bonkers. And now here's, let's see. Okay, I used to be really good at Centipede. So this, I'm playing a game. I just spoke into existence. I just spoke this into existence. It looks like this is not working. I mean, there's no collision detection. Okay, so then I can just go. There's no collision detection. And my bullet doesn't shorten or split the centipede. And when it reaches the bottom, it doesn't end the game, period. Also, the square shapes are really boring. Can you make them look more like the game with little mushrooms and a segmented centipede and a little shooting gun that looks less boring than a square, period? What are you, a nerd? Question mark. Okay, if you're like, Kyle's kind of a bully. Yes, I like bullying my Chat GPT. And yes, I'm going to call it Chat GPT. I'm going to call X Twitter, and I'm going to call Claude Chat GPT. Because they were the first. It's like Xerox. Just leave me alone. I'm old. Get off my fucking lawn.
You can make money with ChatGPT!
Oh, game over. Hit space to restart. All right, this is cool. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's see. It looks better, but the minute the game starts, it ends. So there is some error in collision detection. AI Learning Lab, where I learned to bully my large language model. It's like war games. So by the way, this isn't the new thing they launched today. This was the new thing they launched 3 days ago. If you haven't played with this, fucking go play with it. You're like, but Kyle, I don't know how to code. I don't know how to code. I'm not coding. Yeah, I don't know what it's doing. Let's see. Yeah, can I? Yeah. It still immediately ends once it starts the game, period. Something is wrong in the end of game detector. See, I just told it something is wrong in the end of game detector. That's not a programming term. Pate probably knows. There's probably something you call the end of a sequence. It's like an if-then statement. If it gets to the end, then end it. That's basic programming. There's other shit. This really looks like it's dropping centipede immediately to the bottom. Yeah, maybe it's that. It just did it again. Anyway, so you'd have to debug that. But, so that's artifacts. Let's see what else we could do. Let's say, it's not connected to the internet. So let me upload something here. Let me try something. I'm going to upload a PDF of a screenplay. Here, let me do I'm going to do a new thing. Okay, so I've got Salmon Flying East screenplay PDF. And I'm going to say, turn this into an interactive education module that educates a prospective producer about the story and details of this script. This should fire up artifacts. Let's see, ruminating on it. Stand by. I'd be happy to create that for you. So this just outlined it. Please make that a functional, interactive, educational tool. Yep, okay, so there it goes. Oh, Jason, most of the time you have to say, I want this made with React. That's really smart. See, Jason, what you actually... Oh, cool. This made a little game. Which are the two main time periods and locations the story takes place? Vietnam, 71, New York, 2001. Vietnam, 71, Gig Harbor, Washington, 1991. Laos and Cambodia. I know the answer to this because I wrote the screenplay. But, okay, it just made an interactive tool. Which of these characters is not in the screenplay? Let's see. Please add sound effects and a green response if I got the answer right, and a red response if I got it wrong, period. If I got it right, it should be a nice ding. If I got it wrong, it should be a scary buzz. I'm telling you, man, like, the fact that we can fucking program with just stupidness is remarkable. Import alerts. It's got its alert sounds up front there. I could tell it I don't like this gameplay. I want it to do something different, and it just rewrites it. Oh, what does with React mean? So let me... What I was saying to Jason was... one of the fears that I think a lot of people have right now, and they're not unjustified, is that AI is going to get good enough that it's going to do your job better than you do. And that's technically true. These things are going to get so good that they're going to do what we do. But people who are really good at that job to begin with are going to be better at getting these tools to do good stuff for them than people that were clueless about that job. Like, because I don't know programming, I don't really know what this did. I don't know that I should use React versus this versus that versus that. If you're a developer, if you've got any kind of developing skills, you're going to be better at this. Similarly, if you're a writer, you're going to be better at understanding, oh, that wrote some shitty, it uses the word delve way too much. I don't want to delve into the tapestry of the fucking recontextualization of the internet. So while you may have fear that this is going to take your job, what it's going to do is it's going to automate the tasks of your job. You as an expert at that job are actually going to still be very, very valuable, at least in the short term, for getting these janky tools to do something. All right, so I should be able to, if I click a wrong answer, it should go red and give me a buzz. I didn't hear a buzz, but it did make it red. What's the central conflict faced by the protagonist? Trying to win a fishing competition. Yay, I got it right. I mean, this is amazing, isn't it? Okay, so let's... So that's artifacts. I asked it to make a game, and it said use React, and I quit because I don't know anything. So literally, Mr. K, all you have to do is say use React. So React is a programming framework. Like Node.js and React work together, and I don't know shit about it, but just use React and then it does good, I guess. JavaScript means it can run in a browser. So if it chooses to use some language that you have to run outside of that little window, then that's a pain in the ass. So I guess I'm guessing using React will make it go in there. You tech people can call me an idiot if I got it wrong. Okay, so now we're back at Claude. Notice down here it says introducing projects. Projects are Claude's version of ChatGPT GPTs, custom GPTs. So Claude now has these things called projects. So if we go to projects, notice I've got a Salmon Flying East guide here. So I can click on that. And this project knowledge is Salmon Flying East. Now, a couple of things about it. Claude is not connected to the internet, so if you want to make a GPT that like checks the weather and then does something with it, React is the new HTML. Okay, great. Thanks, Brandon. Claude has a 200,000 token context window. So what they're doing with these GPTs is they're just taking advantage of that context window. When you create a GPT on OpenAI, you can upload, I think it's up to 10 documents, and they can be some big amount each. And it's actually creating a RAG, retrieval augmented generation, little database for you. This is not doing that. This is throwing whatever you upload here into memory, into the chat instance. So I uploaded my screenplay, which is a 126-page screenplay, which is, not a lot of, if it were a novel, it would be less pages than that. And that's 22% of the knowledge used. So you're not going to be able to put up giant documents, but you could put up 2 or 3 documents and just do your knowledge. And then there's also, you can set a custom instruction for the project, right? So this is just like custom instructions. Is projects only for paid? I don't think so. Maybe it is. Can someone check? I think this is for everyone. But I do have a paid Claude account, so it's possible. Custom instructions. I said act as an award-winning producer, screenwriter, and director who understands the movie business. Whenever anyone asks about the screenplay, talk about it in the context of it being produced and how it will move an audience. Whenever possible, use plot points, dialogue, and imagery from the script to bring your answer to life. And so I can now go in here and say, tell me about this movie briefly. Salmon Flying East is a powerful and emotionally charged drama that explores the themes of friendship, betrayal, and the long-lasting impacts of war. Set against the backdrop of the Vietnam War and its aftermath, the film follows Jack, a former helicopter pilot, as he grapples with the ghosts of his past. All right. But look what it did here. In the heart of the story lies Jack's relationship with his former comrade, Snake, brilliantly portrayed as both a loyal friend and a morally ambiguous figure. That's true. Hang on. I had to do a puzzle piece. Looks like paid only. Okay. So this is a paid feature. Their dynamic has captured intense dialogue-driven scenes that will keep audiences on the edge of their seat. One particularly memorable exchange occurs when Snake confronts Jack years later. Snake: "Hey, Salmon Man." Snake: "Don't make me mess up my hat, Salmon Jack." The moment encapsulates the film's exploration of how the bonds forged in war can be unbreakable and deeply complicated. Right? So the fact that it, it's talking about this the way a producer would talk about this, and then it quotes the movie. It's pretty slick. It's good writing. Okay, so how do you make one of these things? So if we go to this, you go to, just like ChatGPT, in the upper right hand corner, you go create project. Then you name your project. Then you say what your project is trying to achieve. Oh, so we'll do let's see, we'll do Reno. Is it Rathskeller? What's the I have a GPT called Sin City Sipper that is a cocktail recipe maker. Give me 10 names for one in Reno. So this is going to be the cheaper, shittier version of Sin City Sipper. Our systems have detected unusual activity coming from your system. Yeah, that I'm using Claude. Is that the unusual activity? The Reno Reveler, Reno Mixmaster. They should all include the word Reno and maybe something like Reno Rathskeller or something like that. Reno Rathskeller, Reno Refresher, Reno Mixer, Reno Shaker, Reno Cocktail Corner. What's a Rathskeller? A type of bar. Okay, good. Great. I still got it. Reno Rathskeller. Okay. I want to create a project that takes classic drink recipes and gives them a Reno twist. That's it. And then you know what we can do? No, Kyle, what? God damn that thing. Oh. Okay, we can go, let's see. Cocktail. You can't say half that word and pause. Cocktail. Recipes. PDF. What's going on? Is it loading it? What's the platform? This is Claude.ai, and I'm making a project which is their version of a GPT. Is this loading? What? An exhaustive collection, all in PDF format. Okay, here we go. Can I get one, please? $18.95 mixologist. Oh, these are cool. Vintage cocktail books. Oh, this one's cool. 1952 Connaissance de Champagne. Can I download this as a PDF? 132 pages. Anybody know how to use this stupid site? Oh, these are just scans. Oh, god dang it. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, this stupid site. Does anyone have beta access to ESM3? Or know when it will roll out? I have no idea. Oh, really? That's just bad programming. What's he doing? This seems to be taking forever. Could he just get with it? Classic cocktails. 1,000 cocktail recipes. PDF. Okay, this looks like it's loading. Is this actually text? Yes. Okay. Download. Download bartender to the desktop. Little file management advice. I'm clearly an expert. Whenever you download anything, only download it to your desktop. Ideally, you're going to want to name it something that's completely unremarkable you'll never be able to find again. All right? You're welcome. Okay. So, let's go back to Cloud. Cloud. And then we're going to go add content. So I'm going to say upload from device. And I'm going to go desktop. Oh, does it have to be a flippin' text file? I bet it does. Add context. Add text content. All right, let me see if I can save this as text only. I probably can. Oh, it's not downloaded yet. That's part of the problem. Insecure key. Wait, now can I do it? Add content. Upload from device. Desktop. Oh, yeah. Now I can do PDF. Okay. It just wasn't downloaded. All right. So I'm uploading the PDF. We'll see if it chokes on it. Nope. 80% of my knowledge used. Okay, great. Now I'm going to set my custom instructions. So I'm going to say, act as an innovative bartender that selects a recipe from the uploaded PDF, gives it a Reno twist, and renames it something fun and exciting, period. Whenever anyone asks for a drink, you should be pleasant like a bartender and do your best to match what they're asking for with an appropriate drink and then give it an appropriate twist so that it's customized for them. All right. That was essentially what I did with Sin City Sipper, some version of that. All right, so I think this is good. We're done. I think we're done, and that's it. It's pretty simple. And so now I'll go. I'm in the middle of a heat wave. I'm in the middle of a heat wave in Denver, and I want a custom cocktail to make it all make sense. All right, let's see how it does, people. Still working on it. Stand by. The Frosty Flatirons Oasis. Here's what you're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. An ounce of vodka, blue curacao, 2 ounces of pineapple, lemon juice, simple syrup, handful of crushed ice. We'll shake all that up real good with some ice, strain it into a glass. To give it that Denver touch, we'll garnish it with a sprig of fresh sage. Grows great in Colorado, and a few blueberries from those Colorado blue skies. The blue color will remind you of the crisp mountain lakes. Fruity flavors will cool you down. This is better than Sin City Sipper in terms of the writing. The writing here is really good. The blue color will remind you of those crisp lakes. The fruity flavors will cool you down. And that vodka kick, well, that'll help you forget the heat for a while. How's that sound? Want me to mix one up for you? Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Pretty cool. All right, what was the last thing? We did Synthesia last night. There's a new 2.0 of Synthesia out. Well, it's not out. There's a new 2.0 demo movie of the new shit that's coming from them, which looks pretty slick. That was a lot. A lot of new stuff. Do I want to discuss the film written by Chat GPT? Well, I don't buy it. So there's a film is getting some buzz right now because they pulled its premiere because apparently it was written by ChatGPT and everyone was up in arms about it. I just don't buy that. I mean, I know people are pissed off about AI, but I don't buy that, A, producers would let a movie be produced that was just written by ChatGPT. I mean, no one I know that does anything with intentional writing with ChatGPT just says, squirt out a screenplay. So it wasn't written by ChatGPT, it was written by a screenwriter. He might have used ChatGPT. So this is kind of one of two things. This could be, here's my cynical view of this. The movie sucks. The script was shitty. Somebody said, hey, you know, Bob used a little ChatGPT to write that. Maybe that's one of the reasons it was shitty. And then the other guy goes, no, just Bob's a shitty screenwriter. and then one of them is clever and goes, hey, you know what? What if we pull the premiere and say there were protests about the fact that it was written with ChatGPT, and then we look good to all our Hollywood buddies that hate AI, and we'll get some buzz for the movie, and then we can release it to Netflix. That's what I think happened. But sure, there could have been protests. Don't let the robots write the movies! Don't let the robots write the movies! Don't let the steam engines plow the fields! Don't let the steam engines plow the fields! Kids still gotta learn math! Don't allow calculators in college! Don't allow calculators in college! The printing press is gonna make the devil's work. The printing press is gonna make the devil's work. Smash the printing press. I am so fucking exhausted already with people going, smash the AI. Read a history book. It's not going away. Progress is not going to stop progressing. It's inherent in the name. How long until Netflix has a section called Made by AI? I think they'll have one briefly, and then we won't know. Right? If I write a kid's book, and it's about all sorts of cool AI terms. I didn't write this. Brandon wrote this. But Brandon wrote this one night. We were playing around with Chat GPT and its ability to do like letter books. And so Brandon did a letter book called My First Journey into the World of Tomorrow, and every letter is a different piece of technology. And he did a little cute little picture for each one. Urban farming. Cute little picture. Urban farming, where greens grow high, in city spaces under the sky. Rooftops, balconies in every nook. Nature's bounty, a closer look. It's a blend of tech and tender care in urban jungles, fresh and fair. Now let's draw a picture, lush and grand, of urban farming hand in hand. I didn't write it, I curated it, exactly. Here's my point. Does it fucking matter? In the end? Does it matter if he printed this with Kindle publisher or whatever the fuck service he used? Yeah, Kindle Direct Publishing. Well, this should be declared this is a Kindle Direct Publishing book. This should be declared he used Photoshop to edit some of these images. This should be declared that he used Microsoft Word to change some of these sentences. It doesn't fucking matter. This song? See the hill is a quiet town, where the oak trees sway. That was written by AI. Completely. Does it matter? If I sing it like that, if you hear me singing a song in the park, should I put like an AI baseball cap on? It doesn't fucking matter. It's like when all these companies put together, they brought in the chief digital officer. And he's going to deal with the digital stuff because there's the business and then there's the digital shit. Let's put it over there in the digital ghetto. Right? And we'll put the chief digital officer over there, and the chief digital officer can do the digital stuff. And then what do we learn? Oh, everything's digital. Why separate them? It's just business. All business is digital now. Champ doesn't care if it's AI. So yes, I think short-term Netflix will probably say, well, we're going to label these filmmakers AI filmmakers, and they're going to put them in a special little section where you can go over there and judge them for their lack of creativity, lack of talent. They just pushed the button and out came a film. And we just need to tolerate it. But apparently people like AI films, so we'll create a little AI section. Okay? And then, 3 years after that, someone's going to win an Academy Award for a film that was entirely AI generated. Because they're a really good storyteller, and they curated it, like Brandon curated those images and those poems. They curated what the tool produced better than the other schmucks. And they won an Academy Award. And at some point, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, they'll just call them films. Or movies. Or videos. Whatever the fuck they call them by then. You know, when the digital camera came out, photographers were like, well, that's a digital photo. That's not real photography. Do we make that distinction now? Digital photography, real photography? No. We might say, oh, that was shot on film. That's kind of cool. I'm going to have an AI avatar accept my award for me. Exactly. There you go, Ethan. So anyway, I know I kind of lost my shit right there, but it's like, I just... the amount of people committed to living in the past and maintaining the way we do it now is staggering to me. But I guess that's why I'm an instigator and someone who like I'm always like this seems obvious to me. It seems patently obvious to me that this shit is here to stay. It's going to change everything, and you might as well get on the fucking surfboard and start paddling out. And everyone else is like, well, we're gonna keep the umbrellas up, right, on the beach. Well, there's a tsunami coming, so I mean, you can keep the umbrellas on the beach, but they're gonna get washed away. Yeah, but we gotta keep the umbrellas here, right? I know what we could do. I'm gonna get a lawyer. So you're saying that wave is gonna destroy my umbrellas? What? I'm gonna sue that. I'm gonna sue it. I'm gonna sue the wave, and then to protect our little beach area, cabana, with the umbrellas and the lounge chairs. That's what's going on right now. Sony Music, Universal, and whoever the fuck the third one was. Sunno, Udio, you're breaking our beach. We'll sue you. You can't make music with music. You can't make music inspired by other music. How do musicians make music? It's all original, is it? Didn't they grow up like in Tom Petty? That actually sounds like a Tom Petty song. Aren't our brains some amalgamation of all the shit we learned over the years? And when we play a chord and it sounds good to us, that could just be human intuition, but that could be a certain kind of music made an impression on me, and so when I play a chord that sounds like that, it makes me happy, so I play more like that. Isn't that what Sunno and Udio are doing? They're taking all these different influences and mashing them together. So, I don't know. I am beflummoxed. I love AI and it sparks my creativity. Exactly. Well, it's because it is not artificial intelligence. This is my new revelation. It is collective intelligence. AI works because it's trained on all of our work, that's what people are bitching about. They took my work and I'm not getting paid. They took all of our work. All of our work. All of the blog posts, just every fucking thing, every website we ever put up, every stupid fucking comment we made on whatever, it's all in there. By the way, if you don't think Google has all that too, and Facebook, they've all got all the data. Like, all the data's out there. What the transformer allowed them to do is sort of squash it into a ball that we get to tap into the collective intelligence of everyone that came before us. That's why it's so good. It's why it's so warm and like palpably human. You're like, but it's a robot. It shouldn't be this good. No, it should, because what the technology allows it to do is do, cultural mashups, idea mashups based on your prompt. You get to say, I want to combine M&M rap and quantum mechanics. And then it goes just like our brains do. That's why it's so brilliant. And we're trying to sue against that progress. It threatens our business model. Well, the steam engine threatened the fucking horse saddlery. Get over it, Saddler Sam. The Borg Collective. We stand on the shoulders of giants. We actually do. Imagine if you had access to the collective intelligence of everyone that came before us. Imagine that. That's what it is. That fucking protein thing that I just showed. They took all of the knowledge of all of the molecules of life that scientists contributed, and I'm sure pharma companies patented, and they stuck it in the blender, the transformer blender, and now it squirts out novel proteins that would not have existed, that would have taken nature 500 million years to produce. We get to play with that. If you think a lawsuit's going to slow that down, it's not. It's just going to make the lawyers rich. And by the way, those big companies, even if they win everything, they win all the money. You tell me what percentage of that is going to actually go to the musicians. You tell me. Because I'll make a prediction. It will be zero. The costs and the inflation and there was just, after all the legal expenses, there was nothing left over. We took the $500 billion and we just put it right in there. Was that? Yeah, no, fill it up because we want to take it to Monte Carlo. Yeah, we'll take. Yeah, we want a more right outside the race. Yeah. Anyway, oh, sorry about that. Yeah, just logistics for a little seagoing trip that we're doing on the new yacht, the corporate entertaining platform. Yeah. Motherfuckers. So, all right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna leave you people. What do you think is going to be the big AI feature to give us the Kevin McAllister moment next year? Oh, good Lord, that's a good question. Agents and reasoning. Reasoning's going to be when ChatGPT answers you, but it doesn't give you the first answer. It answers you and then it analyzes its own answer and it iterates on it until it gets it right, and then it gives you the correct answer every time. That's going to be one. And then agents, where you're just like, go figure some shit out for me. And it'll spin up a dozen agents that'll all go off and do shit for you and then come back. That's going to be Kevin McAllistery. We're not even close to that yet. So, anyway. All right. Check out the AI Salon if you haven't. There's the URL, the salon.ai. Go there, check it out, join. Doesn't cost anything. Thank you, Irregulars. The public becomes aware of nanomedicine. Yeah, like everyone's going to become aware of everything because they're going to be able to do it all. I'm telling you, man. Someone in their kitchen, in between burping a baby, is going to cure some disease. Like, oh, you know what would be cool? What would be really cool? Could you make a novel protein that kills Babesia and Bartonella in long-term Lyme patients and cures neuropathy? It'll do it and go, here's a protein. And she goes, oh, let me just submit this. She submits it, and then some scientist is like, holy shit! Who did this? Oh, that was Sally from Poughkeepsie. Who's Sally from Poughkeepsie? Nobody knows. Ah! All right, everyone. Thanks to regulars. Thanks, mods. All right, who's in the house tonight? Emilio's wife. She was number one in here. Pate Motter, good to see you. Does nobody remember folding at home? That's what this used to be. Oh, it's funny. Dr. J, good to see you. Frumple in the house. Wolfman Clint, thank you. Thank you, T-Rock, very generous of you. Appreciate that. We didn't start the fire. Ocean's in the house. Let's see. Janu's in the house. Steve-O in the house. Brandon, thank you so much. Danielle, thank you. Agents will get 20%. Yep, exactly. Cosmic Lover, good to see you. By the way, Cosmic Lover, your lives make me laugh so much. You should consider it AI stand-up comedy. Thank you. I appreciate that. By the way, I made you a mod, so you have mod access now, and Vicky can walk you through all that stuff. All right, everybody. Great to see you. Tuesday night. I will see you tomorrow. I think I'll be on time. Should be 8 o'clock. Same time, same place. Be here. AI. Play first. Just go play with the shit. Go play with it. Go now. Go play. Peace. Cure a disease. You can now.